Good morning. It's 4:19 in the morning on July 2nd, 2011. I'm doing a little bit of breakfast here. I've got my tour plan going on this dry erase board. I've got the tour distances in miles, as well as like little kind of an icon, or some things are written out in words on there for things that remind me of the special days on the tour, like Alpe d'Huez and whether or not it's a flat stage or not, things like that. This rough draft of my cycling plan, the permanent one, is on here. I was just checking out the stages of the tour, and I was also checking out Map My Ride's my teammates on Map My Ride. I'm going to be riding with the Wheat Ridge cycling team there on Map My Ride, and I did a little research. I was looking up people to see if they had anything on the net. I googled people's names who were on the squad to see if I could find out, former races or anything like that. I was doing some last-minute homework with the Velo News thing. Like quick plug for Velo News. Guys run a good magazine, by the way. And that's really about it. I was checking to see if anybody had a Twitter account or a Facebook account, so my teammates and I could keep better in touch with what's going on during the race. And that's really about all I got to say on first morning. It's only the first morning, so usually you look pretty good. Anybody who's ever seen any of my videos from after riding like 7 days in a row, that 6th and 7th day I look a little withdrawn. But anyway, my previous record was 821 miles in 7 days. So, well, let's see what goes on here. The weather's going to be the big thing here in Florida. It rains here all the time in July, all the time. It's 4:53 a.m. on July 2nd. I'm going to roll.
No, you do. The mailman's doing all right, sit back, sit back. Get the big yellow thing.
What happened there? I do that. That was good. That was good.
Here at Howard Park. Just came out the causeway and doing a little loop around and heading right on back on out. Today was the first day for the Aquaphor challenge. I rode 119 miles. I came home. Pretty hot today. It rained this morning when I left. Kind of go through the whole thing. Forgot my phone about 6 miles from home. I spun around, came back, rain stopped, picked up my phone, took off, I arrived at the club ride location about, I don't know, about an hour before the ride. So I went off and did extra miles. I came back and I started the ride with 45 miles, like 45.01 in the parking lot. Well, we weaved our way around, and I got to a light that's quite lengthy. I hit my pause button on my GPS, and of course the light turns green and I forget to hit it. I find this out 6 miles from there. So I'm sure my mapping software shows like a diagonal through people's houses and stuff from where it shut off to where it connected. There's no road that goes straight. So anyway, I came back home, and I stopped at mile 90 something for Subway, and I also stopped to reload water at mile 103, technically mile 109, because of 6 miles that I missed. So I got home and I called up Wheat Ridge Cyclery, or whatever they're called out there in Colorado, the people I'm riding for, and I said, what's your observation of this? And they said, well, it kind of goes on the honor policy. You can kind of tweak it on Map My Ride. And I'm like, well, that's not good to me. How many times have you been in an event where they go, yeah, don't worry about it, just tweak it, and we'll just say you did it. So that upset me. But I mean, I did ride the 119, and I had two choices when I came home. I could stick my Garmin in the window of my car and go out and drive 6 miles at like 15 miles an hour, or I could go out and ride the extra. Well, if anybody who knows me knows that I put the Garmin back on my bike and went out for a ride. So even though my numbers dictate that I rode 119, and that's fine, in my journal at home I have more than that. So now I'm trying to upload from my Garmin Edge 500 to Map My Ride, and I'm failing miserably here. After coming home, I took a shower, swam in the pool, and then went and laid down, and I woke up, it was 9 o'clock at night. Maybe that has something to do with sleeping between 12:30 last night and 3:30 in the morning when I woke up. But anyway, it's now 10:06, and I'm still trying to do this. I'm doing some kind of Garmin training center, and I need to convert files, and I'm just like, what? All I want to do is plug and play, and that's as simple as it should be. Note to Garmin and Map My Ride people, that's the way it should be. Just plug it in, go. And I don't want to sit here and play with this. I got stuff to do. I'm still trying to make dinner. It's 10, like I said, it's 10:07 right now, and I've got a date with Paella tonight. I haven't even started it yet, so I do want to get going and do that. But I also did want to report on the ride. So that's all I got to say about my ride today. It went well. I feel fine, and I'm ready to go out there. Tomorrow's stage 2 of the Tour de France is a 14.29 mile time trial. Well, I'm going to do a 114 mile ride tomorrow, and that'll put me 100 miles in distance greater than the Tour, which also allows me on a day where they have like 98 miles where I could actually take the day off and still end up with the same mileage they do. So I'm gonna do that throughout the Tour, where I can do little bursts of extra, and I've got a pretty decent training plan. Like I said before, only the weather can really knock me out that I see right now. I mean, it'd be the first thing to knock me out. Later on, we'll see how my back and neck and arms, elbows, whatever feels, how well my bike holds up, and all the other things that could possibly go wrong that a cyclist already knows. So yeah, it looks like I'm cycling like 4 days in a row, and then I will take a day off, and then I will cycle, I think, 5 days, or 4 more days, and then I get the Tour day off number 1. So if I make it through that first segment, I'll be pretty happy. And actually, if I figure out how to upload this information here, I'll be even happier, because this just isn't working for me. And I'm looking now. I'm in Garmin's training center, and I'm going to try to convert these files and upload it to Map My Ride.